Hi everybody. Today is an amazing day number 9 with the video challenge, and today's topic is how you hope your future will be like. It's kind of a bad sentence. How you hope your future will be like. How you hope your future to be. um, or what? I don't know. That just sounds grammatically not that great. I would say that I have to start with some goals, like general goals. So, um, start with, general goals that I've had for a while. I want to be financially stable. I mean, I think that's a huge part of what everybody wants. I guess not everybody, but most people want to be financially stable. It's not happening for me right now because I have like 6 or 7 bills. A lot of them are student loans with large payments. And like as you guys know, I make like $900 a month, so it's like my room plus utilities is about $850. So $50 a month is all I have to spend on bills and food and transit, and so I'm broke as a joke, and it sucks. And I'm smiling about it, I guess. I am hoping to change that soon. With another thing that I would really love to have be on my future goals list, and that is to work with social justice organizations, nonprofits, whatever. And I just realized when I was living in Arizona that I had such a better chance to be a part of everything because I knew a lot of people. Here, I don't know that many people, and a lot of people are flaky. So, if you want to be a part of some sort of social justice movement, whether it's LGBTQI movements or just in general, like human rights or fighting for like Uganda or like whatever, fighting for them, not really fighting for them, but like fighting to help them, trying to help out. Um, then I think that you know that would be great to do here, but it's not as easy because people are super flaky about it, and you can't just like rely on them to call on you whenever they need somebody. They're gonna forget that you exist unless you show up a bazillion million times to all these different things that are happening. And of course, since my work schedule is so random, and a lot of times stuff's happening while I'm working, that I'm not able to go. But I'd love to work in some sort of social justice field, some sort of community service or whatever, where I'm actually getting paid as opposed to it being volunteer work, which is all of what I did in high school and college was all volunteer work. Um, so financially stable through a job in social justice of some sort. I still plan on teaching or have some sort of educational, background and on working with kids, and because I want to do social justice stuff like educating youth. But if that's not really an option, or if I that doesn't pay me full time, I would love to do some sort of still work in education. I just don't know if like teaching Spanish is gonna actually help me to stay alive in like the game that's called life and trying to get a job. So what I want to do is I'm thinking about taking the CSET for math and then getting a job being a mathematics teacher. I feel like even though I know Spanish pretty well, it's definitely not something that um, other teachers are seeing like as a strength in me when they're trying to hire me. Or I don't know. I get really nervous when I do interviews, and if I'm trying to do Spanish, I'm just like da ba yo soy, and it's not great. I hope that if I get the CSET in math and I get good scores, which the CSET is a lot harder than the CBEST, which are California standardized tests for teaching that you have to take to get your certificate. I plan on doing that hopefully next year if I have some money to do it. I'm currently taking tests to become a better teacher, so hopefully, I will have some sort of teaching certification here in California soon, to collect, more. I mean, it's just kind of stupid how teachers have to pay money and take tests to become teachers. Like, I wouldn't mind if I had to take a test, but because I have to take a test and pay for it, I think that just makes me even worse. Like off, every test is like $150, and every test is like actually a section or a third of like the whole overall test. So right now, this Saturday, I'm taking the CTEL, and the CTEL is 3 different parts, and so I couldn't really afford to take all 3 parts last time, so I'm taking part 3 this time, and once I pass that part, then I'm certified in what is the CTEL, and the CTEL is basically for anybody that's doing like English language learning, so people that don't know English that are trying to learn and they're in your classroom, it's to be certified to show that you know that and that you're really good at that. Then there's other certifications for special education, other certifications for um, what's called No Child Left Behind compliance, which is stupid, but No Child Left Behind basically means that you take the CSET and that you are well qualified in that, or at least that's my knowledge. Somebody else told me something different. So, anyway, my point was I want to work in education and social justice at the same time, or I don't know, somehow intermingle those because I still love being in a classroom, but I just can't do what I did last year and still be sane and survive. And I want to be financially stable, and then all of that, my job being financially stable and having good careers and knowing people so that I would be able to always have a job. Um, Once I'm settled in that, I want to adopt children. Um, I mean, it's been played around with different partners that I've had and things like that, but I generally want to have 3 kids myself. That's how my mom did it, and that's how my dad did it too. And it just seems to be a good number. And you know, if I have a partner for that, that's great because then it would be a little bit easier for me. But if I don't have a partner for that, I'm still willing to do it. I just need to feel that I'm secure, and I don't want to be an old lady when an old person when I'm basically trying to adopt kids. I wanted to adopt kids, you know, around the age of 30, early 30s, so that I could have some sort of life with them where I'm still energetic, so that I'm not that person that's like, well, my kid's in high school now and I'm 75, you know. Um, let's see, other major goals in life that relate to my future. Um, I would like to own a house. Like, it sounds like stupid to say that because everybody's like, I want to own a house. Like, I'm eventually going to own a house. But it's really difficult as Generation Y to own a house. Like, I've been really into this, like, whole, like, let's look up what Generation Y means and what Generation Y usually does. And we usually have a lot of debt and we don't usually move out of our parents' house until we're like 30. So, in that sense, I agree with a lot of that stuff. But at the same time, I want to be able to own a house, which they say Generation Y probably will never own housing. And I just don't want to be renting all my life. And then, you know, when I get old enough, like I want to be able to sell that and make money and get a smaller place so that I don't need like this huge house for kids. Or I want to be able to, you know, rent out rooms or something like because it's my actual own property. Um, but, you know, um, things like that may not happen for a long time. So, but I would like my future to be the inclusive of that. Let's see what else. Um, I mean, I'd really like to travel a lot. I'd really like to travel with my kids, especially, and not just around the United States, which is fun. It's still fun to see different parts of the United States because some parts, like California and Arizona, are completely different, and yet they're right next to each other. Um, or at least certain parts of California are completely different. Like up here, there's a lot more grass, like greenery. The weather is different. You can start going towards like San Diego, LA. It starts getting hotter, hotter, hotter until you get to Arizona. So there's like such a diversity here in the United States. But I would love to like bring my kids to like Greece or to Italy or to whatever, like whatever's over there that I'm gonna go visit, or to South America somewhere, or Mexico. You know, wherever I'm going, I want to be able to bring my kids and know that they're safe and know that I have enough money to do that. Um, those are like the major things that I would want to do in my life. I hope that, you know, my future, despite whether or not I fulfill these goals for myself, is at least, you know, fulfilling in a certain sense that I'm always being satisfied with my life, kind of related to the last video about, you know, with what's happening in my life. I'm always satisfied. I'm always enjoying it. I hope that I don't lose my passion for things and that I keep going. You know, some of my friends generally describe me as hardworking and that I'm really passionate about what I do, and I hope that that's the truth and that it'll continue to be the truth, um, you know, in the future. So that's basically it. Tomorrow's video for day 10 is discuss your first love and first kiss. This is gonna be really embarrassing. But I'm gonna put it up anyway. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to say about what tomorrow's gonna be like, but I know it'll probably take a whole 15 minutes. So, anyway, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go study for the CTEL test that I have tomorrow morning in South San Francisco. I'm gonna be so tired. and I'm probably gonna have to make coffee in the morning so that I don't die. And I'm gonna be studying all night. I'm not gonna go to Mission Minion. Tear. But I'm not gonna go to Mission Minion because although I love it and the hour and 15 minutes is really gonna help me out, I just don't feel like I like that hour and 15 minutes plus travel time actually. Like it ends up being about 2.5 hours, and that would actually really help me out to study just for 2.5 hours. I'm just really nervous about the test. I don't really do well in tests. They have this thing called like hyper cortisone brainwashing, which basically means that every time you're anxious, like cortisone goes over your brain, and like I get super anxious on tests, and that's why I learned I don't do really well on tests, but I do really well with essays. I do really well with like when you ask me questions, I can answer them. But if it's like a handwritten test with like bubbles and stuff, and like an essay on a test, and you're like timed, I think it's mostly the timed thing. Like it gets me really anxious, and then I don't do as well. So I'm hoping that because that cortisone washes over my brain and what makes me nervous, and it happens too much instead of just normally, that I do really well. But it all depends on how comfortable I feel studying with tonight, and I'm gonna study until like 11 or something, only taking like short breaks to like, you know, stop and eat, breathe, take 10 minutes to like watch like half of a show or something, and then go back to work. So we'll see if cramming is gonna help me at all. Like I have been studying a little bit over this week, but it's been difficult. So, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow and I'll let you know how it goes. Bye.